This video was filmed in early January 2017 and a lot has changed since then. For example, I know. Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Twitter so that you can keep up to date on everything that has happened since. Enjoy the video. I'm literally scared to film this. Also, fun fact, I only ever make my bed when I'm doing a video. I cut my mouth on a chili crisp and now it looks like I've got herpes. Oh. Okay, if I have like a shiny mouth for the rest of the video, you know why! I'm not wearing no Kylie doing a lip gloss or something. Wish I was. Okay, first of all, hello, welcome back to my channel. I never know what to say after that. For the first time ever, I have a requested video. People have actually been asking me to film this. I feel like Zoella. Yes, I am back with another story time for you guys today, seeming as my last story time... Oh, fucking hell. Seeming as my last story time did so well. Do check it out. The story that I'm about to tell you has happened within the last 2 months. Whenever I tell anyone, they freak the fuck out. Like, bitch, why are you freaking out? I'm the one whose life is at risk, you know? I'm really nervous to film this because I have to be really careful about what I say. I'm not going to mention where I work, and obviously I'm not going to mention like any names or anything. But like, I don't know, I just got to be really careful about what I say. Like, my mum doesn't want me to film this. But Linda, I'm doing it anyway. It's a story that's happened to me. It's a damn good story. And I think I'm allowed to tell my friends. Because you guys are my friends. Fucking hell, that was deep. So yes, you've obviously read the title. I don't know what it's called yet. But yes, I do have a stalker. This is not clickbait. This is true. If you see me around school, you would have seen this all unfolding on the day it happened. And also, if you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen me tweeting about it or whatever, because let's be honest, those tweets bang. And basically, I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, oh my god, what's this about your stalker? And I've kind of given them a brief story because it's too long to tell them. But this is the full story. I'm going to go into every little detail, so I'm sorry if this video is long. Okay, that's enough rambling. I'm boring myself to fucking death. The story starts with me at work. I'm serving customers. The store shuts in 5 minutes. There's a queue of about 4 people. My mum is in the queue. She's like the last person in the queue. In front of my mum is quite a young couple, and then in front of them is my stalker. Obviously he wasn't my stalker at this point, he was just a customer. He's about 60, he's very eccentric looking, like he's wearing a bow tie. What happened was, he was buying alcohol, and because I'm 17, I cannot sell him that. I have to call over a supervisor. 17 is such an annoying age, you can't do anything, it's so annoying. But I'm 18 in 1 month. I'm waiting for my supervisor to come over and, you know, I'm just making polite conversation, like, have you had a nice day and stuff like that. And he goes to me, are you reading any books at the moment? And I was like, the fuck? Okay, random question. I was like, not really. I mean, I'm reading Shakespeare's Othello for English. He like sparks up. He was like, oh, Othello, the great tragic hero. And I'm just like, the fuck? It was kind of good that my mum was in the queue because I immediately looked at her like, freaking help me. My mum didn't blooming help me. She was just standing there like... But he's literally still standing there like, Michael Cassio, thou art thou tragic fucking hero. I don't really know any Shakespeare, but like, he's quoting it. And then he notices the couple behind, they're like making banter, they're like, oh, what are you like? Lol. And he starts talking to them about really weird things. And he said something about his sexual prowess not being understood by the old ladies because they're too deaf to hear it. Like, he's saying, oh, I'm still young, I've still got it. Oh, the young couple are making jokes like, oh, careful there, fella, his mum's in the queue, don't be too inappropriate. Like, they're trying to make jokes but also trying to help him, like, you know, tone it down a little bit. Finally, after what felt like was freaking 6 years, the supervisor comes over and puts the alcohol through for me. And she's standing with me. He's talking to my supervisor like, oh, this young man, he's studying Shakespeare. I could help him with that. And this is where it gets a bit weird. He sees that we are wearing name badges. He goes to me, oh, Jonathan, you must hear this piece of music. It's beautifully composed and it illustrates how well Michael Cassio feels for whatever. I don't know what he's chatting, but like, he now has my name. That's what I'm getting at. He says to me and my supervisor, and what's your surname? And me being such an idiot, I didn't think anything of it. So I literally just told him, I said, oh, Gurnet. And he wrote it down. He got out a bit of paper. All you need is someone's name and you can find out like everything about them. It gets worse. He goes to me, and what school do you study at? Alarm bells should be ringing at this point, you know, but me being a little bit simple, I'm still not catching on that he's a creep. I didn't tell him. I just went, oh, just a local school. That's £17.20. Like, I changed the conversation really quick. I just wanted him gone, and also I wanted to go home. The store is now like shut at this point, so I want to go home. So yeah, I was just like, here's your receipt, lol, bye. Next customer. Anyway, I went home with my mum and we just kind of laughed about it over dinner. I didn't think anything more of it. The next day I was in Wales. When I got home, my mum was like, oh, let's make up a name here. Nikki. I just looked at a Nicki Minaj poster. We'll use the name Nikki. My mum goes, oh, the boss of your work, Nikki, just rang. Said she wants to talk to you about something. And me being worst case scenario Susan, just like absolutely panicked. And I was like, oh my god, I've been fired for something. What have I done wrong? So I rang her the next day on my lunch break at school. And she said, we had this old man come into store yesterday. He was really aggressive. We think he was drunk. And she said that he had bought in presents for me. I know. Shook. I know I always tweet about wanting a sugar daddy, but this is not how I planned it. So the presents were a selection of Othello and Shakespeare DVDs and that piece of music. So he must have Amazon primed that shit. That shit came next day delivery. Here's where it gets really super freaking weird. One of the DVDs was a homemade DVD. A homemade DVD. Okay, I'm just going to let that sink in. What does that mean to you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my god, this man's made me a sex tape. Some old man has sent me a video of his penis. I'm stressed now, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm not done yet. It gets better, okay. On the homemade DVD, he had left his name, number, and address. Because he wanted me to go over to his house or call him to say thank you for the present. Somebody on the reception of where I work is like, oh, I'm sorry, staff are not allowed to accept presents from customers. He flips the fuck out. He goes mental, apparently. He was like freaking out, swearing or whatever. So, whatever, he got removed from the store. He rang up again in the afternoon and said, I still haven't had a phone call from Jonathan thanking me. Has he got my presents okay? And they said, no, we told you earlier. Again, he flips out. He calls the boss of where I work. All kinds of swear words, and she has to hang up. So that's what she was calling me about. She was calling me to ask who this man was. Did I know him? Had I asked for these presents? Asking if I was okay. And I was like, what the hell? No, I didn't ask for those presents. And she was like, okay, this is kind of dodgy. We're going to deal with this from now on. We've confiscated the DVD. And I must say that the place where I work has looked after me so well. I spoke to her about getting like a plan of action. Like if he came into the store again, I was allowed to literally I was allowed to leg it. She literally told me to run and hide in the staff room. Also, something is actually really funny when you think about it. So they wanted like security like vamped up for me. At the end of every Saturday shift, they wanted my mum to walk me from the till to the car in case he was waiting outside for me in the dark. What the hell? Like, that's so funny. So weird at the same time. About 4 weeks went past, nothing else happened. I was like, it's fine, it's blown over. Could I have been more wrong? Bitch, it wasn't over. So it's like the first week of December, nothing's happened since, and I'm sitting in my sixth form lounge, like we have a common room at my school, and I get up to go and get myself some food, and one of the pastoral teachers comes over to me, and she's like smiling, she goes, who's that man in reception like shouting about you? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's like some man, and he's shouting about DVDs, Shakespeare, and I'm like, that's my stalker. That is my stalker. He's found me. And I'm like freaking out. So the teacher, she's lovely. She's like, okay, first of all, why have you not told us you've got a stalker? Secondly, bitch, get in my office now. So I like went into her office and like they like locked me in, like lockdown, like this is some serious shit. So I explained to her the whole story that I've told you guys so far, and she was like, this is really serious. You should have told us you had a stalker sooner. And I was like, I know, Zoz. And she was like, we need to call your mum now. And someone came into my mum's work and was like, Linda, someone from Jonathan's school is on the phone for you. Apparently, like, something about his stalker, like, he's at his school or something. Jonathan's in lockdown. Obviously, my mum's like, My baby. So my teacher, she let me go. She said, we're gonna deal with it. Just don't go towards reception. Just go to your lessons. It was lunchtime. I went back into the common room. I was sitting there with my friends again, and the teacher comes over to me again and she says, okay, I've got some more information. He's been ringing all of the local schools trying to find out where you go because you didn't tell him. I said I went to a local school. I didn't tell him where I went. So he had been ringing all of the schools around me. He was ringing them and asking them, does Jonathan Gurnett go to your school? Everywhere was saying, no, we can't tell you. Child protection. So he turned up. I don't know how. This is just pure coincidence that, you know, he didn't turn up to another school. He turned up at my school and he said, does Jonathan Gurnett go to this school? And they said, no, we can't tell you. It's illegal. Child protection. And he threw a massive tantrum. They said, look, you've got to go. At this point, I was in the lounge again having my lunch and I was like really scared, but I'm the kind of person to like make jokes about things. Like if I'm actually scared, I'll just do like an obnoxious tweet about it or something, I don't know. But yeah, I was actually shitting myself. So lunch was nearly over. I was back sitting down with my friends and the teacher comes over to me again and goes, get your stuff. Me. She's like, yeah, get your stuff. You need to come in my office now. And I'm like, he's here. Where is he? Can you see him? I got in the office and she was like, okay, you need to sit in the back room. She sits me down and she says, he's just rang the school. And he said, I know Jonathan goes to your school. I found him on your website. He took art at year 11 and he's on the council. And I will get those DVDs to him. Douche. He hung up. He had gone home, Googled my name and found out as much about me as he could. And he was listing facts about me. She says to me, look, we cannot let you go home knowing that this guy could be waiting outside the school for you. So I was literally trapped in school. So they rang my mum again, they couldn't get hold of her. So they rang my dad and my dad was like, okay, this is weird. The school kept advising my dad that he needs to ring the police like now. And my dad was like, okay, I will, but before I do so, can you give me his email address so that I can ask him politely to leave my son alone. Remember, we have his email because he wrote all of his details on the disc. The reason why my dad wanted to email him before getting the police involved was because getting the police to go around his house, tell him you've got to leave the boy alone, because that would make him more angry than my dad politely emailing first. My dad was worried the stalker would then come for me because I'd called the police on him, you know? I have the email here. Hello, Mr. I'm Jonathan Gurnett's father. I believe you have been trying to deliver some books and a video to his school and place of work. I'm sure you have good intentions in trying to help Jonathan with his studies. However, I hope you will understand that he cannot accept your help or your learning aids. He is receiving good support from his work, school and home, and I kindly ask that you refrain from trying to make contact again as he does find your persistence disconcerting. Best wishes, Martin Gurnett. That's polite. That's a really nice message. After this, my dad did inform the police. Not like a 999 go to his house, more of a call the local police station, tell them, okay, this is what's happening, can we keep an eye on the situation? That was it. Nothing else happened that day. The school eventually let me go home. I got home, I barricaded the door. Lol, if you think I'm joking, I legit barricaded the door. Nothing else happened that day. Next day, however, my dad got a response. I also have that email. I'm not going to include screenshots because I'm not sure if that's like legal. What's interesting to notice is that there are a lot of spelling mistakes and typos. For someone that loves English and Shakespeare as much as this guy truly does, surely he would be able to know spelling mistakes. So his email is basically him telling his side of the story and being like, I don't think I've done any wrong. And here's where it gets really creepy. He closes the email with a little message just for me. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Done. Done. Equipped. Jokes, I'm not leaving candles unattended in my room. Let's take a look at all the possible interpretations of what this could mean. So, interpretation number 1, I'm fucked. Interpretation number 2, this could mean that he is trying to do a nice thing, but he's gonna go to hell for it, aka, I'm still fucked. Interpretation 3 could mean is trying to do nice things, but he is being made to feel like he's going to hell for it. So basically the same as number 2, meaning yes, I am also fucked. So according to my calculations, this means that I am well and truly fucked. And I need to write a will. Joseph, you can have my room. Telly, that's yours as well. Fucking bitch. You are now up to date on my stalker story. Since the email, I haven't heard back from him. Obviously, if anything else happens, I will obviously tweet about it. I tweet about everything. Of course, I'll make another video, part 2 or whatever. If he sees this, then I actually could be in danger. LOL! Ha! So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story time. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found my near-death experience entertaining. If you did enjoy it and you did like listening to my life being at risk, give this video a thumbs up. Please like, comment, subscribe and share with anyone that you think might enjoy my channel. That'd be really lovely if you could do that. Thank you so much for watching and I shall see you guys again very, very soon. I'm gonna give you a hug. This is like saying goodbye to a relative that you don't see that often. Bye. Mwah. Hi, it's me again. If you guys want to see a Kardashian Jenner - Kanye West merch haul review, I don't know, let me know because I can do it. Okay, I'm going for real now. Goodbye.